So this is a real interesting find. Yesterday we were just kind of sick of being cooped up, so we put on our masks and we went to a thrift store and to look at books. And Mary was looking for children's books, and we came across this, and it's 2013 postage stamps of China, and it was for like $2. So I haven't even looked at this yet. So this video will be something of a reaction video, as well as a review of what this is. But as you know, I collect stamps, and coming across a stamp album in a thrift store for such a low price is just like a major happy find. Mary found it, and I was just in disbelief when I saw what it was. So it's in a sleeve. There is a hardcover album in here. It says 2013 postage stamps of China, and it does have the Goodwill sticker on it, which I'm going to try to carefully remove. I did cut the sticker here so I could slide the book out for the video, but I haven't looked at these stamps yet. And I'm slowly taking the sleeve off. And now we have the hardcover book, which also has a dust jacket. It says China National Philatelic Corporation. It's got some pictures here. That looks a lot like the Argo from a show called Star Blazers. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I think it's probably a submarine. That's an aircraft carrier, a satellite, and just something that sort of a graphic that sort of suggests connectivity. And here, a colorful, just sort of splash of color here. Really do want to get that sticker off and get this as nice looking as I can. So when we take the dust jacket off, there's a nice hardcover book under here. Let's just go ahead and take the whole dust jacket off for now. We'll put it back on just to take a look at this cover. Look at that. That is really, really cool. I mean, it just looks like it's almost brand new. So I'm interested to see what stamps are in here, if they're all in here, if it's a complete album or what. So I'm opening it, and first we see the end papers. Very nice. It's again the postage stamps of China. When we turn the first page, we have one sheet of stamps that's been put in some protective plastic in the front, and these stamps have it looks like lanterns on them, some flowers. These two, and then there's something that has the year and a catalog, and I guess this is the catalog of all the stamps we can find in the album. So that's a cool way of doing it. And to read, go see year, Offshore Oil, the 50th anniversary of the publication of Mao Zedong's inscription, learn from Conrad Li Fang, the 12th National People's Congress of the People's Republic of China, the 80th anniversary of the Party School of the CPC Central Committee, Peach Flowers World Water Day, Court Ladies preparing newly woven silk, close on enamel. I guess that's like for enamel pins. That's how we encounter that. the 7th Congress of All China Philatelic Federation, earthquake rescue and relief in concerted efforts, gratitude to Mother, ancient towns of China, little tadpoles looking for their mother, gold-gilded bronze Buddhist statues, 4 arts of Chinese scholars, Longhu Mountain, cat, China ASEAN Expo, the 12th National Games of the People's Republic of China, centennial anniversary of the birth of Comrade Wei Guoqing, Yuyan Garden, Nanhua Temple, Writers of Ancient China, table tennis jointly issued by China and Sweden, Chinese Dream, a prosperous and strong country, the 10th China Art Festival, centennial anniversary of the birth of Comrade Jiang Zemin, the 21st INCOSAI, hybrid rice, the 120th anniversary of the birth of Comrade Mao Zedong, and the 120th anniversary of Wuhan University. So it looks like there's a lot of very interesting stamps awaiting us here. So that's a very cool way to present the catalog here. So the first stamp is the, I guess this is a New Year's stamp. According to Chinese lunar calendar, 2013 marked Gou-Si Year, or the Year of the Snake. Embodying rich cultural connotations, the snake, also traditionally called Little Dragon, is deemed a symbol of life and power. Because of its agility, the animal signifies smoothness and success, and the image of a snake wandering around a rabbit implies fortune and happiness. So, wow. So we have, the first stamp is the Year of the Snake stamp, with the gold price here. Very nice. The next is a series of stamps for Offshore Oil. And as we can see, there's a ship, an oil freighter, tanker, and an oil drilling platform. And you can see the pipe going down. And as you can also see, the stamps have a description in Chinese and English and a artwork behind them. So the next is the 50th anniversary for the publication of Mao Zedong's inscription learned from Comrade Li Fang. And there's some nice artwork right here. And here are the stamps. Shows sort of a 1940s, 50s era soldier. And just pictures with gold writing on them. Very nice. And there's a description of Li Fang, born Li Zhengxing in December 1940, into a poor farmer's family in Wangshan County, Hunan Province, was recruited by the Chinese People's Liberation Army in 1960 and joined the Communist Party of China in November of the same year. On August 15th, 1962, Li died in the line of duty at the age of 22. So he's a war hero. Very interesting. Next is the 12th National People's Congress of the People's Republic of China. And that's a stamp there. Next is the 80th anniversary of the Party School of the CPC Central Committee. Here's a photograph of the school, and it's also on the stamp itself. Now we get some really pretty stamps here. This series of stamps is for peach flowers, and it appears that all 12 of these stamps are different, and there are also different amounts. 80, 1 yuan, 20, 150. Very pretty, very simple. And then on the background, you have a picture of the plant. Simple, pretty design. Here is our World Water Day, and this is a very, very creative stamp. You have a background showing the water, and then the stamp itself. It almost looks like ice and water. It's very cool. Earthquake rescue and relief in concerted efforts. A 7.0 magnitude earthquake jolted Lushan County of Sichuan Province at 8:02 a.m. on April 30th, 2013, causing significant casualties and economic losses. The devastating quake also inflicted 32 neighboring county-level regions in Yuyan, Chengdu, Leishan, Meishan, Ganzi, Liangshan, and Deyang cities and prefectures in Sichuan, affecting 2.184 million people. And this stamp commemorates the response to the earthquake. Now here is court ladies preparing newly woven silk, and this is very much like old style art. And not only do we have 3 stamps here, we have one large sort of mural stamp, which is just beautiful right here, with a gold background. Very, very cool. Here we have the closing enamel. And what I mentioned before when we were looking at the inventory was, when I think of that, I think of like the pins, enamel pins people buy with that colored enamel, shiny paint on them that is so hard that it is just fused to the metal pin. So this, taking a step further, shows some of the enamel on these teapots, vases, and so forth, which would probably be really cool. That enamel is just a very cool thing. It's just we don't see it a lot, really, when you think about it. There's not a lot of enamelware stuff. I mean, we might have an enamelware skillet that's just white, but you know, with the decorative details, it's actually kind of cool. The 7th Congress of All China Philatelic Federation. So this is for stamp collectors, and as you can see on this stamp with a very cool background, you see old seals and stamps from, you know, a long time ago, where a stamp literally was stamped into clay and hardened, or a stamp was stamped onto something before the paper stamp. On the next page is the Gratitude to Mother, and this is a absolutely beautiful stamp with a metallic effect here. Probably an expensive one to print. As you can see, that gold leaf, very pretty. People often describe the breadth and depth of a mother's love with words such as deep as the sea. Motherhood is the greatest passion of mankind. Mothers give birth to their children and bring them up with sincere, selfless, and eternal love. And this stamp, and we just had a Mother's Day, so the stamp commemorates that. So, Ancient Towns of China is definitely high on my interest list here. And these stamps really do deliver with some great watercolors of ancient towns in China. And wow, these are really nice. And you have a watercolor in the background. It says here, the 8 ancient towns on the stamps are all renowned historic and cultural towns of China. They have preserved previous town layouts, as well as large number of ancient constructions and food and beverage, costumes, and folk custom activities with strong local features. They are precious cultural heritage of the Chinese nation. That's something, whenever I do get a chance to go to China, I would like to visit. Next is little tadpoles looking for their mother. And this, another simple artwork, the brush art. And as you can see, you have some shrimps, some tadpoles, and then they're going from creature to creature trying to find their mother. So first they encounter a shrimp, then a goldfish or a koi, then a crab, some turtles, and finally they do find their mother. So the stamps tell a story, which is really nice. And that's just a very cool collectible thing. They're a sequence of pictures that tell a story. Here we have gold gilded bronze Buddhist statues. The different types, different statues of Buddha. The skinnier one and the plumper one. If I recall from my Asian American history class, there was Siddhartha. There was different versions of Buddha. Some were skinny and some were bigger. And there's these stamps have different types. And let's read a little bit. With its first introduction accompanied by the Buddhism some 2,000 years ago, Buddhist statues have become an inevitable part of the statuary art of ancient China through ceaseless efforts of skillful craftsmen of the past generations. This set of special stamps and a souvenir sheet depict, respectively, the gold-gilded bronze statue of Guanyin Bodhisattva, 5 dynasties, gold-gilded bronze statue of Ksigarba Bodhisattva, the Song dynasty, gold-gilded bronze statue of Sakyamuni, the Ming dynasty, gold-gilded bronze statue of Amitayus Buddha, the Ming dynasty, gold-gilded bronze statue of Manjusri Bodhisattva of the Ming dynasty, and gold-gilded bronze statue of Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, Ming dynasty, and gold-gilded Buddha statue of the Sui dynasty. And then there's a larger stamp here that has all the statues. And I really do like these large stamps. And look how it's perforated with sort of a curve at the top, which is really cool. This is not just a cool stamp book, but you can learn from this. If you read the text and look at the pictures, you also have, there's a cultural lesson in this too, which is really cool. Four arts of Chinese scholars here. So we have a great bit of artwork here and 4 stamps. I do need to kind of probably arrange these a little better so they don't actually stick to each other. But I have to carefully do that. And he says, China is one of the cradles of world civilization. Over the past thousands of years, the diligent and persistent Chinese people have created a splendid culture that's highly inclusive and universally acclaimed. Nurtured by the profound traditional Chinese culture, the 4 arts of Chinese scholars, namely Qin, or Gu Qin, ancient stringed instrument, Qi, the game of Go, Shu, calligraphy, and Hua, painting, emerged and developed as art forms particularly appreciated by ancient Chinese scholars seeking cultural literacy and artistic accomplishments. So we have these stamps representing the 4. The stringed instruments, the painting, the calligraphy, and the game of Go, which is interesting. Here we have the Longhu Mountains. Once again, we have 3 stamps and a large commemorative block stamp right here, which is very pretty. And a photograph of the mountains, and then a rendering, art rendering in, I'm not sure if that's pastels or painting, but it's very nice. This very hazy artwork. Probably one of my favorite parts here is the cat stamps. Cats are a popular pet of the world. It can be seen wherever inhabited by human beings. Today, there are about 100 recognized breeds of cats in the world. This set of 4 special stamps depicts, respectively, Chinese Lihua cat, Maine Coon, Abyssinian cat, and exotic shorthair. Chinese Li Hua cat is common in China, a breed closest to the wild breed. In different China's Chinese Li Hua cat has a short and dense coat with gray and black ring-like stripes, also known as Li Mao. There is also yellow-colored Li Hua cat, which is called tiger cat. Li Hua cat is easy to breed, highly dependent on the owners, and sentimentally attached to its home. Maine Coon is a hybrid of Maine local cat, Angora cat, and European cat, with its first debut in the U.S. in 1861. It has a long and dense coat and is a very large breed of domestic cat, elegant and lovely with bright eyes. The Abyssinian cat was first discovered in today's Ethiopia and recognized in 1874 in the UK. It has a short and light brown coat resembling the color of a hare. That's why it's also called the hare cat. It is a medium-sized cat with a muscular, athletic body, clever, active, gentle, and affectionate to the owners. An exotic short hair is a hybrid of American local cat and Persian cat, developed by the U.S. and was widely recognized in the 1960s. Its coat is short and dense and does not need grooming every day, but it likes petting and scratching, and is also swift and clean. As a kind of pet, cats have always been concerned by people and accompany people through a long time. Today, cats have become a member of millions of families and a good friend of human beings. So these are very, very pretty stamps. And if you're a cat lover like me, you'll really appreciate these, which is a nice bonus for finding a book like this. The next one is China Chinashan Expo, and just a pretty colorful stamp with flowers. I'm guessing this has something to do with horticulture or flowers. The China Chinashan Expo, co-sponsored by the Ministry of Commerce of China, the Departments of Economic Affairs and Trade of the 10 ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian National Countries, Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam, as well as the ASEAN Secretariat, and organized by the People's Government of Chinese Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region, is a grand international event held annually in Nanning, the capital of Guangxi, upholding the objectives of promoting the construction of the China-ASEAN Free Trade Area, ensuring cooperation, development, and opportunity. It covers the fields of commodity trade, investment, cooperation, and trade service. So I was way off. It has nothing to do with, it's not really about horticulture. It's, they just chose to use flowers to decorate it. Here we have the 12th National Games of the People's Republic of China. So, not the Olympics, but the Chinese National Games. I don't know if they go on to compete in the Olympics, but we have fencing, dance, or the dance with the ribbons, or gymnastics. Very, very nice. And it's in front of a running track. Here is the centennial anniversary of the birth of Comrade Wei Guoqing. I'm guessing that might be where he was born. And there's a portrait of him. One with a military uniform, and one where he's not wearing his military hat. This is Yuyan Garden. Another example of some great artwork. And the stamps to match it. Very colorful and pretty. And this does make you think of a garden. The way it almost looks like they stamped the images. But I think that's maybe brushed, and then like watercolor drops, and then they brushed in the leaves. It's a very cool effect. And this book kind of gives you some ideas for doing some artwork. Here is Nanhua Temple. Wow, that's that classic Chinese temple. And here are some great stamps to go with it. With the dragon. I love this style that we so associate when we see it with China. Here is Writers of Ancient China. And behind these scrolls. Here's some colorful stamps. This is table tennis, and it's jointly issued by China and Sweden. So that's very cool. And it's got some holographic effects, as you can see when I move it in different parts of the light. I think that's a Swedish table tennis and Chinese table tennis contenders there. These are very cool and unique stamps. Just trying to show the different ways the light's hitting it. Oh, here we go. This is excuse me, this is a this was on the cover of the book. The satellites, the aircraft carrier, the submarine. That is really cool. And 4 smaller stamps right there. Chinese dream, a prosperous and strong country. That's very cool. Here is the 10th annual art festival, and very pretty stamp right there. This book really was a find for a stamp collector. I mean, you can't beat something like this. These guys are falling out. Centennial anniversary of the birth of the comrade Jiang Zemin. And we have his portrait and in his uniform, kind of similar to the other anniversary stamps we saw a few pages back. And then that must be where he's from, the snowy, rugged mountains there. The 21st in Kosai. International Organization of Supreme Audit Institutions operates as an umbrella organization for the community of supreme audit institutions in countries that belong to the United Nations. You'd think I would know about this being an accountant, but in Tosai, I don't do a lot of IFRS accounting. I just stick with GAAP. So, hybrid rice, that's very cool. Sometimes I forget what a rice plant looks like, but that's where it comes from. And there's some pretty stamps to go with it right here. The 120th anniversary of the birth of Mao Zedong. Some paintings of him. Another one here, and then the stamp. So there's 4 stamps. And on this last page, I guess is a catalog sheet. I'm not sure. And look what we have here. Oh my gosh, there is I guess this is a DVD or a CD. I might be able to play it on my computer, but I doubt very seriously whatever it is, it's in a format that American DVD players could play, but I could probably get this to go on my computer, and it might just be a documentary about the stamps, but that's very cool. Even the artwork on the disc itself is very nice. So, all things considered, this whole book was one heck of a find. And I hope that you enjoyed the video. And just remember, every now and then you can find some cool stuff in a thrift store. You never know what you're going to come across. And I hope that everyone is doing well, taking care of yourself, and staying healthy. So, and I'm sorry that I went so long without a video, but I will be trying to pack in a few more often than normal for the next few weeks. So, please rate, comment, and subscribe. And have a good weekend. Bye.